Hi, and welcome to our third installment of our show. And I'm Elizabeth Walker,
And I'm Carrie Citizen.
and we're doing uh, our special show on elections,
Re-election.
right? So we have an election on June 5th. Here is the voter guide for the state of California. I'm not going to show the inside of the voter guide because actually this is not the voter guide. This is a sample ballot. Actually, no, this is the ballot. And so we can't show the inside of the ballot uh, because it's against the law. So we're only focusing on, there's a lot of candidates and there's a few propositions in the back. But we're not going to get into, and the state, there's a few state measures that we could discuss. I don't know if there's anything that's pressing for you that you would like to discuss.
Well, the one that mattered to me the most was the governor race.
The governor's race. Well, I will say that out of all the propositions, the one that hits home for me is 69 because this one's talking about transportation. Mm-hmm. And it's asking for more money to pay for the transportation, the fast track.
So they want more tax money?
Yeah, we already have $1 billion going to this already because somebody dumb enough to have voted for it before.
They wasn't, close to homelessness.
Let me say this. I don't want to say dumb. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. What happened is the governor or the people who were voting for who was really promoting for high speed rail in the past was set. They promoted this by saying that we would get a high speed rail from Los Angeles to San Francisco. And it was going to be you can get there in 3 hours, which is great, especially if you don't drive. It cut down the driving, almost in half. And they said it could be something that we would pay for, and then Obama's administration would pay for some of it. And it was sold to us to be a great deal, right? And then there's been a lot of lawsuits that have happened saying that they lied. They cannot get to the speed that they said they were going to get to.
But they already have the money.
And there's no longer high-speed rail. And so stop calling it high-speed rail. And so people are trying to say stop spending money for this. And the first stop was they've already built one stop, which is from Fresno to Bakersfield. I don't see where that is
that don't sound like
a high.
No, that sounds like Amtrak.
Anyway, so now they have another bill, another state measure, number 69, asking for more money.
I think I'm going to vote no on that. Because I need not to pay money for something that's not
by the time
going to exist.
Do you know when it's going to?
It's not going to exist when I'm around, so I don't think I should put money into that. Do you know
when they think it's going to finally?
Yeah, like 2050.
Completely open.
Or 2100. No. Does that even exist?
2035.
Oh, I was close.
When they're thinking that it's going
to be completely done. I was kind of close. That estimation. I said 2050.
2035.
Wow.
What technology are we going to be having in 2035?
Robots.
They already have Uber is already investing money into
drone.
Not just self.
Don't get in the car. Don't get in those cars.
But flying.
No, don't fly. Right? The car crash.
My point is that in 2035,
right? You're not gonna even need it.
Who's gonna need?
You're gonna be like the Jetsons, flying your way there yourself.
Yeah. If Uber is investing money now to get people to fly from place to place,
and Uber just came out the box.
I'm over it. I'm over this whole.
Please vote. Please vote.
Anyway,
please vote.
But
vote so you don't have to pay extra money.
Something else to consider. There's a lot of other jobs here that people really
need to consider. Please vote for these positions.
like the judicial is a good one that we don't really know a lot of information, and it's really unfortunate because really most of us, and I'll include myself, if I go off of what other people say about them, or I just look at their job description and be able to make a judgment on their job description. I don't know if this is a good person to vote for or not.
And a lot of us feel that way when we're voting.
And so a lot of people even skip this section, which is really disappointing because these judges,
these the ones
decisions.
Yes.
Anyway, so you said you want to talk about the governor's race.
Yes.
But I want to pause and say that we have a new law. We have a law, and it started off in 2016. Is when we first saw this. Is where people were saying that it's not fair that the Democrats tend to have a more highly contestable or more candidates run in the Democratic Party, and then so what they decided, then the Republicans, so what they decided to do is to have like a more open. And so, in theory, having an open primary means that there is no longer, unless it's a president, there's no longer a person who votes. If you're registered as a Republican, you get to vote for anybody in the primary. If you're registered as a Democrat, you get to vote for anybody in the primary, and that also opens up for independents. Because before, independents could not vote in a primary because they don't have a party, so they could only vote for other things like the state measures, but they could not vote for governor.
So what you're saying now, I just say any particular party that I represented when it was time for me to vote, I don't have to vote for that particular party. I can vote for whatever party.
Now that's the system that is in place.
Wow.
So now we have so it's a free for all. That's the positive. The downside of this is that it means that the primary almost becomes a general election.
Oh wow.
Because you need to have a lot of money, and you need to run a state campaign if you're running for governor, which is why you already see attack ads against the Republicans now. It's because it's a free-for-all, and you already see a lot of money coming from outside because it's a free-for-all.
Right.
That's the precursor. So there's 3 people who are in the top 3, and I mean, I guess we can add the 4th, which is Chang.
Who are you going to vote for?
I'm not talking. We don't talk about who.
No, I'm asking the people out there.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Give me a chance.
So here's what we need to think about: is Newsom is our current lieutenant governor, and lieutenant governor is really a nothing job. It is.
What do you mean by nothing job? He doesn't do anything. He just sit behind a desk.
They do nothing. Their job is to be available. The governor.
Just be available.
No, their job is to
go to school so you can be a governor, and just don't do nothing.
Their job is to be a governor when the governor is not in town. But I mean, with social media and the phone, I don't know when, even if he's not in town. And then also, he's supposed to be he sits on the board of the CSU and the UC, but they usually don't. But he usually doesn't show up. I mean,
so they just have his name on the paper, huh?
So lieutenant governor is much more status, and there's been a large debate on if we really need a lieutenant governor, because there's not really much that they do.
Do you think we need a lieutenant governor? Please let us know.
Newsom, though, is the person who's our current lieutenant governor, and Governor Brown and him share PR people and stuff. And,
so why is Brown not backing Newsom?
I don't know.
They got the same campaign people, but he's not backing them. Wow. Did somebody answer that for me?
I don't know. But they don't run as a pair, though. So, I mean, Newsom...
Or they have 2 different ideas or 2 different...
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, they're both progressive liberals. So
maybe they don't like him.
Maybe. I don't know. He endorsed someone for lieutenant governor.
So he is endorsing people. He's just not endorsing people he don't like.
Why? I'm not going to go there. I don't know.
Well, I'm going there. I'm gonna go there.
But he's in so far in the lead that nobody is really caring about trying to attack him as much.
Okay.
The fight is between.
Well, why is he in the lead? Is it money? I mean,
I think
did
it's
he have
name
like?
recognition because I mean, he is the person who is lieutenant governor, and so let's technically he's been around for for the last 8 years. So we kind of know him. And the only time in recent memory that we've had someone who went from lieutenant governor not to governor, I mean, we've had some, but one of them that really stands out to me that people were like, I don't like him, is uh, uh, Bustamante, but that was a quirky election. So I mean,
Was that an election?
it was. I mean, it was. He was siding with not re-electing, not recalling Gray Davis, and so he's like, don't recall Gray Davis, but if you do recall Gray Davis, then vote for me to replace him. It was a quirky election, and he lost to
That's probably why, because he wanted to get into somebody else's spot.
He lost to Schwarzenegger.
Oh wow, he was the one that lost to Schwarzenegger.
Well, but it was a free fall, and so Schwarzenegger won with the most votes, which was less than 30%. But you've got to remember who ran in that election. Roseanne Barr ran in that election.
Right. It was just a comic view election.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right.
That's for sure. But anyway, let's this one. So really, the fight is between Cox, who is a Republican, and Villaraigosa, who is the former mayor of LA. So Cox, most of us don't know anything about him, so I looked him up a little bit. And
what did you find out, Elizabeth?
He actually is from Illinois.
Ooh.
And he ran for U.S. Senate in Illinois against Obama.
So he's not from here, guys.
He ran against Obama, and then he lost. And then he moved to California. And now California is his new home. And he's he
feels comfortable.
He's a multimillionaire. He's lost a lot of things. And he's not very successful in politics, but he's running. He's put $3 million of his own money into his campaign.
This is just like some fun for him.
Yeah.
He said something else to do with all that money.
But I'm gonna tell you who I really wanted to vote for, and I'll admit that I did not vote for him. There's a guy in his candidate statement. He said, "Why not? Why not? That's it. I love it.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not vote?
That's how bad it is.
Why not vote? Please,
that's how bad it is when you're thinking of these 27 people that are running for governor, that I had to sit and contemplate. I should vote for somebody. Should I vote for somebody who said, why not?
Why not?
That's it.
Why not? Please vote.
No, I'm saying why not.
Why not? Please vote.
His statement was, why not? Like, is it that bad? Like, why shouldn't you vote for me?
And I'm saying, why? Please, why not?
Anyway.
Vote.
Interestingly enough, okay, so then it's Villaraigosa.
Who wants Villaraigosa?
Not I.
Well, maybe I.
And what's so interesting about Villaraigosa is that my friend on Facebook, he made a statement, and I think it's so true, is that the people who are from LA area know Villaraigosa and do not want him. And people from...
That's not true.
And people from Northern California know Gavin Newsom and don't want him.
Now so that may be true.
You may have people in the South more likely to vote for Newsom, and the people in the North more likely to vote for Villaraigosa. And which I think is pretty funny, because at the end of the day, Villaraigosa, I can't. I just can't. Like I can't. Why would you vote for him?
Why not?
Okay, that's not a reason. So why would you vote for him?
Well, because I've seen him do many things.
Do what? Name me one thing.
Well, what they told me on TV, on the news, that, he's helped a lot. I haven't seen that in person. Not me personally, no. But the news said He's done a lot of things.
Like what?
Like, the schools, put money into the school districts.
Yes, he has helped start Green Dot, which is a charter school that took money away from the school district after he received the endorsement from the school district.
So that's why all those charter schools are popping up, guys.
From the union.
And that's why the public schools are crying for help.
He was a union guy. And
don't vote for...
Didn't you just tell people to vote for Vera?
No, I didn't say that.
You said you were thinking about voting for Vera.
I did not.
My favorite.
Oh, that's not okay.
He was the one who helped. He almost doubled parking fees. When you get a parking ticket, and parking tickets are over like $60.
Uh-oh. Who did that?
And LA.
Via Ragosa did that.
LA.
No.
LA's current mayor has helped reduce parking fines, but this dude increased parking fines. And my favorite is he proposed that if your house catches on fire and you call 911 and the fire department comes, they would also send you a bill for putting out the fire.
Okay,
now,
no, Via Ragosa. You got some.
The only way.
Okay, your skeletons is coming out the closet right now.
The only way that they will not charge you is if you die.
What? Okay, now Elizabeth just said that if you call the fire department and they come to put out the fire at your house, they're gonna put out the fire, and then a day later you're gonna receive a bill.
I didn't say a day later.
An hour later you're gonna receive a bill, like they do when the ambulance come pick you up. When the ambulance come pick you up, you receive a bill for $5,000.
My favorite.
Don't try to put it out yourself. Use your water hose. Buy some water.
My favorite.
Buy some water hose.
His justification for that was, our tax dollars are paying for the readiness of the fire department.
So it's not paying to put it out. Okay, did you guys hear that? Please listen.
My favorite is if you get into a car accident on the freeway, you know how they come and clean up the mess.
Yes.
They wanted to charge people for cleaning up the mess.
Now wait a minute.
So you want to stop traffic?
Okay, you know what?
Clean up your own
I
mess.
take back even a thought about Via Ragosa. Via Ragosa, that's not okay.
I mean, that didn't go through. That didn't pass.
Oh,
but I'm saying that is something that he definitely proposed. The one that he actually did get nicked on for the ethics committee was when they said that he was voting, and he said that when you actually he got nicked from the ethics committee because he would go to different shows with proclamations from the city of Los Angeles. And he would just show up with the proclamation
and say, "I can get in there.
And
I have a right."
With his girlfriend.
No. See, I didn't even know if that was true or not. I just said it.
With his girlfriend.
What?
Now, his girlfriend, who was also
his mistress when he was with his wife, stank. For real. I see. I didn't even know that. For real. Oh, VV.
And you told me that Obama came down here and endorsed him.
Yes, Obama came down here and endorsed him. Flew down here personally to endorse him. Now, Obama, did you know all that stuff before you came down here?
Obama planned on giving him a job after his mayor stint was over. But you know what? But Viragosa went to Mexico and was at a club, and there's pictures of him at a club.
Not freaking.
With strippers.
Now, did you have some?
And then Obama did not appoint him to whatever job that he was promised because Obama did not tend to.
Well, so he forgave him for the strippers, and now he came back.
In his administration.
But he's not gonna be in his administration. But he came down here.
But he could be good enough to be a governor.
Oh, I see.
But you know what? Viragosa has raised $30 million outside the state of California.
He's a good hustler.
And I'm gonna tell you that he's
a good hustler.
He has so many backers in the Black community here. He has so many people who are backing his campaign that it can because.
Are you gonna help us out?
Villaraigosa
since we have a lot of people backing you.
It's a close 3, but I'm gonna tell you that when you look on Facebook, there's a lot of people who do not want Newsom and Villaraigosa. They don't want Cox, for sure.
We don't have many choices. We need more of you to go to school and take up political
science. You know who people
science.
are voting for as a silent fourth that I think that people don't want to consider is John Chang. He is the California State Treasurer currently. And the only problem with him, though, he's done a lot of good things when it comes to in his field. He's taken a lot of stance. But I'm going to tell you, the one thing is that people are upset because he's done nothing else. He knows his job really well and has done it very well.
But how can you?
But he hasn't done anything
that can show.
So he hasn't made any significant ideas to let us know that he is aware of the social issues that are taking place within California. So I think, and that's a fair criticism.
Right. But when you don't have many choices, what do? We need you to go to school. We need more people to go to school.
I'm gonna tell you that I don't know who's gonna win this primary because
it's sad. We don't have very many people.
I mean, Newsom's gonna come number 1, but I don't know who's gonna come number 2. Cox and Villaraigosa. I've heard on the radio today that the polling is really wrong, and people think that Cox is going to actually beat Villaraigosa because they are underestimating the Latino vote. And I will say what's interesting about this is, which makes me really sad because as a whole, we should all be kind of happy because if Villaraigosa were to win, he would be the first Mexican governor since California's been a state.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's a monumental
That's a positive thing from it.
But it's Villaraigosa.
Right. We need some other people.
Anyway, on a positive note, I mean, well, let's just say also